And it is said, above all. So when you go above all would be the 8 ball. If you go above the 8 ball, you're going into the stripes. If you're going above all, you're going to hit the 9 ball, because the 9 is the highest ball on the board. There's no other ball on the pool table that is higher than a 9. 10 has 2 numbers in it. It replicates 1. As 11 replicates 2, as 12, 13, and 14 replicate 3, 4, and 5, as the 15 ball represents 6, as the 7 ball represents 7, you end up owning the 9 birth from the 7th gate into the 8th heaven. Of gold, O and R. Why? Because R is the 8 ball. R is the 8 ball and the 1 ball. R is the 8 ball and the 10 ball. Because the 10 ball has 1 leg and a circle. Good enough for me. Looks like an R when it's going around the table with the stripes, doesn't it? Things that came to mind. Where is San Diego going to be? If there's going to be an energy surge of anything, we need to speak about the San Diego and the Chargers. Yeah, I said Chargers. So anytime you're going to say Chargers in that day, you know they're in Kansas City. Kansas City has Interstate 70 in it. If it's all about the 70 Jubilees, and it's all about what is happening right now in Kansas City, when they have Kansas City and they have the Wizard of Oz. Kansas City has Route 35, the chicken and the egg, 20 and 15, T&O, timeout. When will the timeout come in San Diego, Kansas City? And what's going to happen during that timeout? What kind of timeout will it be? Or am I jumping the gun? It's only going to be the 24th tomorrow. We still have to wait over to Thanksgiving, because I also believe Thanksgiving is a great day, the 28th of the month. But also the 24th is the day of cat communications, which is the central passage to the 50. 50 is the Lion's Gate, because Lion stands for 50. The Lion also stands for Z and X. Why? Because Z and X together stand for 50. It's on your keyboard over here. Z and X 50. When you take Z and X 50, okay, and you add the totals together, 50, 0 equals 15. 5 plus 15 equals 20. 20 to 0 equals 15. This will be 17. But we get the 50 here, and then when we add the 0, 15 and 5, we get 20. Well, this is what we get here. The 50 and the 20. Earth and Mars right above each other. The face of Earth and Mars right above each other. The top row, WE, and we go all the way over to Y and I. It says why, we, and I. Why, I, and we. Why? Because these numbers over here, there are 5 of them that belong to the fall of the Twin Towers, in which we see where the S's, you can be sad, you can have a dad, and you can be mad all at the same time. CV is for your life. CV, your life. B is a 13. Don't you see the B the way it looks 13? Let's get back into here. So we have NX or ZX, which is Planet X, or the X Project, or NX. I'm not sure what you want to do with this, but 2 and 4 is cat, 2 and 6 is dog inside the lion. Where the oil is on of the infill structure. We have tigers, which I've already did this one. It's the register. It's Rubik's Cube. GER, germination. The war germinations. The total of this is 59, the Einstein theory. So Einstein now plugs into E and I. I, G, and G and E, 57, 75 at the year coming right now. Why? Because the R is a number 9. The G is a number 7. These are the highest of the 2 balls, the highest of its first category, the highest of the second category, not the 15 ball. 15 ball stands for O, which is water. The added addition to this word is 59, plus the 0 equals 15, okay? 69, 74, talking about Christ, talking about it, the tiger. Replace the G with an M, and you have the time tiger. The stripes for life. Tigers and lions and bears, 20, 34, Earth and Mars. 2012, Tigers, Lions, and Bears, 2012, plus 2 years. Why? Because by the time it gets into this world and then gets into you, it's 1 in 1 year. 2. Everything is about 1, 2, 1, 2. The totality of this is 34, which represents Earth, Mars, energy of the oceans. 49 is the green world of man. 34, 49, 55. The way to recreate 55 is by 76. 256, 625, 18 of Resh, the 18th letter, which also stands for number 70, because the design in the R is number 70. This will be number 18. So what you have to do to this is you put one down here and one up here. So now you would have 3, 6, 5, 4, 7. You would connect. Okay? Now what we're going to do over here is we're going to do this. We're going to do this. Now we have your 70, 70, 70, 140. And if you want, we can do this. If you want, we can do this. If you want, we can do this. By the time we finish with the R, making the R, all you have is 4 empty corners. Everything becomes with an X, and everything becomes empty corners. But they're not empty, because they have to be cut. Everything has to be cut on its own angle. And this connects 3 and 4. And this connects right here, 6 with 1, 7, 7. And this connects 5 and 2. So if you take a look, you have the man standing up at the top. And then he's right here. So you've created from the R this design, which is tic-tac-toe, the arms, the head, the heart, down to here in the lungs. After that, it's a passage. You breathe into one area, and then that area distributed for the rest. The bear, 25, 118, or actually, this says 11-26. This is 1126, is what I see over here. Why? Because the 26 is the totality. Between the 8 and 18 is 26. Bear, B, 2, 5, 1, 18, 19, 23, 18, 19, 24, 26. EAR stands for the cat. The cat is in your ear. 26 is the bear. 26 is the card. 62 is the queen. 26, digital, 1126. Why? Because after the first part of the dividing of E and A, 1 and 5, you end up with B, R, or a beer. Anybody want a beer? So we get 26. This becomes digital, 26. So this becomes 1126. The first hour of the next day, 1126. I don't know how it exactly works, but there's 34 left into the hour, which makes you 60. 52 is Earth Man. If the only thing that's missing here is T and H for time heaven. 26, 13, 13. So does it happen on the 26th? Or is it the eve of the 26th and happens on the 27th? Or whatever it is, we still have 1126. Don't you remember we used to see things that say 1126? Well, I think there's a place that I go that says 1126. So this is part of the lion, the tiger, and the bear, and how the lion ends up to be 5, and the tiger ends up to be 5, and the bear ends up to be 8. That's Barack Obama and Hoover Dam. Why does it become 5? This is the Einstein theory. 5 and 9 is 14. DNA on the cross, EI and N. 5 and 9 is 14. 1 and 4 is 5. If you work out this number, okay, in Celsius or in Fahrenheit, or this number in Celsius and Fahrenheit, or the bear, which is 26, 8, and 5, and 5 is 18. We get a total of 18. We get a total of 19, which stands for tic-tac-toe. The 9 is right over here. Forget about this corner. This is the way this corner goes. It's gone. This corner is gone because the 9 goes here. So we live on one side here, this side here, part of this side here, because the 9 corner comes out, you live as your birth inside your mind. So now we have 5, 8, and 5. 5 times 8 times 5 is 40. This is 200 for the past go. Plus 18 is 218. 21 of the heaven, you can use this as a cube. This would be 168, 21 by 8. 2 by 18 is 36. Okay, these are the 36 numbers of the gematria tree. 9, 8 and 6 is 14, and 1 is 15, equals 6. Equals 15. Or 6 and 8 is 15, plus 9 is 24. XO equals 39. That's what it equals. It's not me. That's what it is. 24, the 24th letter is O. The 9th letter was this. The 6th letter and the 9th letter created this. The 9th letter and this created this. We have the word of the fox, television fox. Anyways, what was I going to say? There's still more numbers that I jumped around with Judas Iracas. And Judas Iracas shows that the juice of life, the energy, the subject, okay, over here is the difference between and the similarities. The three letters that match Jesus and Judas is J-U and S. 21, it totals 40, it means the game. Jesus holds the I that says, I am spirit and I am soul. I am on both sides of free parking. And Judas says, I am the day. Well, God brought in the day. God didn't bring in free parking. You know what I said? You got to work the mind. So das, or das autos, you have to look up what that car in the commercial is all about. Judas, okay, is only D-A and E, which is the difference of the two. Judas says DNA all in its own letter, and the piano says D-A-E, and does not say anything to do with Jesus. The only thing that's left over with Jesus is 5. In the other one, it's 5. Judas is D and A equals 5. Jesus is E equals 5. Jesus is the electronic formation. He's hooked up within the mind, connected to the other world, but so are we all. But this is what I see. Not only that, Zeus is just a replication where they took Jesus and they says, okay, you're going to be like Zeus. Zeus is of the higher mountain. Is he of the stripes of the eagle, the stripes and the solids? But Jesus was a character that they made into this area. They were told to make this character, I believe. And they made the character of Jesus Christ, and everything, the disciples made up everything that they saw, because it's all true. But it's still made up because it was created purposely to separate the people. No matter how true it is, they had no choice. But he went on his own. Well, Judas knew the real price that was going to be paid in this. Otherwise, everybody would have stopped him. I mean, who's crazy enough to go up and say, I'm going to give up my life for everything just to save the rest of the world? I don't believe that. I don't believe that. Will I put my arm forward to stretch out to help the people of the world? Of course. Will I die for the people of the world? Well, of course not. If it comes into the fact of where I'm fighting for the goodness of life that I pass on, well, that's the way it goes in life. But will I absolutely say to them, okay, I give up? You don't give up. We weren't taught to give up. We were taught to move on. In every sport, whatever you do, they say, forget about it, shake it off. That's what should have happened. If there were enough people that believed in him, and he was 33 years old, what happened? What happened? He's saving so many people. They made everybody bamboozled. Oh my God, he's a witch doctor. Raphael 7286 in the constellation of Pegasus. I want to show you this part. See this crack over here between the two? There's also a distance of east and west, north and south. It comes in on a crack on the angle of the two worlds. It has to be sitting at the right angle. You see the way one world holds up the other world? You see where the star is? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Total of 10. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Total of 8. A and D is over here. A, D, and E, Judas and Jesus are standing right there. And then what you're going to do is you're going to take the A, okay, you see the A, J you have over there? J, child, you more or less have Rothschild right in there. Okay, but you have the day that's connected to the top. You have the bad. You have the fad. You have, I'm not even sure what else you have. I didn't study this. I wasn't prepared to bring this in. This was not part of my thing. What is part of my thing is this. We are in the 10 world, and look what they did. Can you see it? It's a train. They put a train on the $10 bill, brand new plastic. They made them look younger. They made all our new money, all the people look younger. They're carrying the train, and on the train it says 3048. I think it says 3048. I'm not really sure. But every train says something on top. This train says Canada on it. It says the Canadian on the train. It's blue in the front. It's got 3 lights dead center, and if I read it right, it's 8403, or the creation of the 3 moons. It would say 3003. 8 and 4 is 12, 1 and 2 is 3, so instead of saying 3064 or 6403, it would say 3003. But I'd have to check out with a magnifying glass, and it's showing the mountains. I'm not really sure where it's showing the mountains. But just for one thing, what they do with our money, if you don't think they're not checking your money, look at that. The ribs. Not only there, but on the back of the bill, oh my God, this bill is amazing. It says few. There will be few. Okay? February, Wednesday, 9295,009. 6005. Now, it's just something for my mind, but it shows a railway train zigzagging through the mountains. So now when we see the zigzag through the mountains, and we see the sword, the zigzag and the wizard's sword that you couldn't pull out of the ground because there was an energy connected to the wizard's sword in Walt Disney, and you couldn't pull it out of the ground. So the waving sword might be the railway going down on the bottom half of the mountains, making striped mountains over solids, stripes over solids, passing through the mountain. Do you see the curvature of the train? It's a sword that you see the 2 sides, life on one side, life on the other side with the dots, the swords that Donna showed me. Now I see it. So you're going on both sides, and it also creates the N and the S at the same time, but it's going on both sides, so it's showing you it's going around the mountains, and it has to be passing by the lakes, because the lakes would be the lower part of the mountains, easier to run through unless you have to run over some of these lakes. So that's why this S, and that's why we have the zigzag, not because we need to, also because we're lowering areas. We zigzag this way, or we zigzag the train this way, around the mountains. Just saw that one now. In this one, they're building boats or the Twin Towers. See the boats, the 2 boats here? Wow. Why don't I just take the camera off and show it a little bit like this? See the boats? This one, this guy, they gave him a haircut. Here's the train. Here's the train. Now we have one more bill that they brought in here. This was the greatest of all bills that they ever brought in. This one over here. They brought in the Blue Jay. Now I have to understand what this Blue Jay means, but more than anything else about this Blue Jay is something that usually you don't see. Canada, just in a little part, but in this part, they made a Canada all through the back. If you hold up an old $20 bill, you don't see it on a $20 bill. You see the man rowing, you see the paisan. Here they show a ship, but it has Russian on it. See this design over here? It makes another design. I don't know what it is. But this one says Canada. Why did it say Canada? You see the C clamp? A-N, the way the bird is over N-A-D. D-N-A. Canada, D-N-A. If you think of the DNA of Canada, all you're left is creation. Canada has 3 and 4 is 7, Earth and Mars. Canada has the one spirit. This is your DNA. Something to do with the frozen tundras in Canada and this Blue Jay. And number 5. There's the 50. It turns red because you went through the passage. But this is the keyhole. Can you see the keyhole over here? How about this one over here? Don't worry, it's removable ink, so don't worry about it. So now we have 1020. Look, now we have this one here. Look at that. Look at the bills. Look at that. 10, 20, 30. That's 80. All I got is 85. I'm only in the middle. 000 is 666. 56, 57, 57, 57, 58, 10, 20, 10, 20, 30, 10, 20, 30, give me change of 10, I have 40, here's your 50, here's your 60, here's your 70, here's your 80, I am the 90, I am the birth. And when you count them here, Q, W, 23 and 17. You remember I told you 17, 20, 23? Well, here it is. Here's your 17, here's your tree. 17, 20, 23. R and E, electronic resident. Y, split. 40, this one and this one. This equals 20, this equals 50. 50, 20, 40, 110 stories on the Twin Towers. Was I saw what we saw. 40, so now you have the $40 over here. By the 10 and the 50 makes 40, purple and red. Purple and pull is number 4 and 12. 12 equals to 3, so now you have Mars and Earth making you back to 3 again. So anyways, you can play all day and you can find 1,001 things because you make it all up until the end. Only at the end we will see what it actually means. When you say lion, you can also say nothing because it has the letters of N-I-L. It's lion also says only, O-N-L and I. It also says to be far. It also says to have the hay. To have the hay. Is it the hay in the field or is it the hay letter in Jewish saying something else? Lions and tigers and bears, light, weight. Something lion, tigers, bears. I'll have to run the similarities together. Anyways, thank you very much for introducing me to M&M. That this is what I did about your lions and tigers and bears. Oh yeah.